The World Book of Records have bestowed an honor of certificate on our beloved brother. This was announced in the House of Commons of London, and that is a great honor. We are an extended family who have got together today to acknowledge the honor what our beloved brother, Dr. Ronald Colaco, has been bestowed on. Relax, sit back, long live Dr. Ronald Colaco. Dr. Ronald Colaco firmly believed and stood a true witness to his father's doctrine, that is, our worshipping God is always in the human form. Kindness is the origin of every religion. The heavenly treasure is in the large-heartedness crossing all the barriers of religion. Here is a humble attempt to throw some light on Dr. Ronald Colaco's long-term and large-hearted social, charitable, and humanitarian services rendered to the society over 3 decades, crossing the barriers of region, religion, and caste, some of which have created a history in the entire country as the first one to do or is pioneering service. The World Book of Records, London, has bestowed upon Dr. Ronald Colaco Certificate of Excellence, considering his social and charitable works and creating infrastructure support to the state government of Karnataka for the upliftment of the society, as announced in the House of Commons, British Parliament, London. Dr. Ronald Colaco is well known among the common, poor, and needy, and also the government circle for his golden heart, rendering quick and much needed help during crisis. It was in the year 1975 that was the turning point of his life after securing BCom first rank in mercantile law from Bangalore University. 2 years of articleship, then specialized in cost control and cost monitoring from London-based Institute, International Cost Accountants and Management Accountants, and served, ladies and gentlemen, in 8 different countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ronald Colaco's charitable works exceeds not 1, not 2, but over 25 fields, such as education.
Honorable Member of Parliament, London, United Kingdom, Shri Virendra Sharma, sir. Hearty welcome to you, sir. ನಮ್ಮೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಗಳೂರಿನ ಮಾನನೀಯ ಶಾಸಕರಾದ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಯಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿ.ಟಿ. ರವಿ ಅವರು, also with us former minister, former KPCC president, present member of Legislative Assembly Shri Dinesh Gundurao avaru, honorable MLC Shri S.L. Bojegowda avaru, and she has been truly inspiring and working a lot in this regard, especially for the success of such a wonderful program. Dr. Arathikrishna, former diplomat and former deputy chairman of NRI Forum, Government of Karnataka. Also joining hands with us is Banari Amman Sugars Limited, senior president and president of Srivari Foundation, Shri Venkatesh Murthy. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, he is there on the dais, the sign assured of all eyes, Dr. Ronald Colaco.
He is the pride of India. I would request all the dignitaries to honor him now on our behalf. The honor done to Sri Virendra Sharma is honor bestowed on us. Friends, he not only certified the World Book of Records, himself flew from UK to be with Ronald Colaco and his family, and then to be invited by the government of India in Pravasi Divas.
I'm a bit confused where to start from. But I take the traditional, the very distinguished guests, because I will have a difficulty to remember all the names. And I can see everybody present is a distinguished guest this morning and afternoon. Dr. Ronald Sahib, that's the Indian way of addressing. It's a great honor and a privilege for me to come back to Karnataka after a few years gap into it. I came here in 2016 and I come back this year. It's a long gap. And before I congratulate Dr. Sahib, I like to thank Krishna Arathi for asking me to come here today and encouraging me to join. When you are nearly the last speaker, it's like a vote of thanks, because the previous speakers have used every term, every phrase on this earth you wanted to use to demonstrate the qualities of a person who are we talking about today. But anyway, when politician gets the platform, don't want to miss the opportunity to say something which could be, I hope it will be better or will improve the previous speaker's contribution on that. These awards are generally given to people on the basis of what you are told. You read, then you put your name, sign it, put the pen on a paper to say, like, yes, this is the person we want. And when you see, and all people present here are today friends, colleagues, close associates of Dr. Ronald Colaco. And I don't want to say something which you don't know, because you know everything, so I can't add into that. But it's one thing which a person like myself think, not only what he's done, what I can learn from that, what I can adapt in my own life to improve the lives of many others in the future. The person is inspirational, secular in his thoughts. Person has contributed of millions and millions of rupees or the pounds for the welfare of the society. But what we have learned from that, he done in his bit. Now the time come, what we can add into it, and we can say to the future generations that I was inspired by somebody who done in this century this service to the society. Friends, I just want to ask one question. In life, who we normally remember? Normally we not only remember those who got the wealth for himself and for the family. You might say passing, oh, he's or she's a rich person. That's what normally happens. But we only remember those people, and the future generations will remember those people who have served the humanity, who served the communities, who served and supported those who are needy. I don't think that I will be wrong to say and I can see many spiritual people sitting here, the people from the churches. But if I say that the person who we are talking about, Dr. Ronald Colaco, what is difference between him and us? What brings him close to be a saintly person of this current century? A saint who now living with us, amongst us. A saint who thought about the society. The international leadership, whether it was Obama, David Cameron, Mr. Modi, many other international leaders, only about 8 or 9 years ago, thought about that we need to do something in the world to improve the quality of life of everybody. That was the signatures they put on the piece of paper in only 2015. A person have the thought and have the idea many, many years ago.
ಮಿರರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಇದೆ, a beacon of light and hope for those who are in need. Namaskar. I welcome Arathikrishna, very, very effectively dynamic lady now who has become the Secretary of Overseas Congress, Mr. Venkatesh Murthy, Mr. Narsimurthy. Another 2 minutes, I am done, friends. We are releasing a book today, Vishwabhushana Ronald Colaco. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ದಿನೇಶ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಐ ರೆಕಾಗ್ನೈಸ್, ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ದಿನೇಶ್. ನಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರಿಟ್ಲ್, MD ಫ್ರಮ್ ರಿಟ್ಲ್. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಿರು ಕಥಾನಕದ ಸಚಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಿರು ಕಥಾನಕದ ಚಿತ್ರಣ ಇದೆ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ತಮಗೆ ಲಭ್ಯವಾಗ್ತದೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಓದಿ. ರೊನಾಲ್ಡ್
about Dr. Ronald Colaco as a towering personality, as an illuminating personality. Book titled Vishwabhushana Dr. Ronald Colaco. May we request all the dignitaries on the dais to join hands and release this book. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನ ಶ್ರೀವಾರಿ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. And in the editorial committee we have Shri Venkatesh Murthy, Shri Narsimurthy ಹಾಗೂ Mecha Kotappa. Release of the book Vishwabhushana Dr. Ronald Colaco. Vishwabhushana Dr. Ronald Colaco, made possible by Srivari Foundation. S. Venkatesh Murthy and Narsimurthy Mecha Kotappa form the editorial committee. It gives us the glimpse of life and achievements of Dr. Ronald Colaco. ಈಗ ಇಬ್ಬರು ವಿಶೇಷ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಗೌರವದ ಪ್ರತಿಯನ್ನ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. They are going to receive the first copies. Mr. Rajanna and Subanna. All the celebration is happening because Dr. Ronald Colaco is always there for the have-nots. People who have been blessed by his magnanimous and passionate work and selfless service. Dr. Rajanna and Subanna will represent that community and they are here to receive the first copy. ರಾಜಣ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಸುಬಣ್ಣ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಈ ಗೌರವದ ಪ್ರತಿಯನ್ನ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಮಂದಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರೊನಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕೊಲಾಸೋ ಅವರಿಂದ ಭರವಸೆಯ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದು ಅರ್ಪಿತ ಅನ್ನೋದರ ಸಂಕೇತವಾಗಿ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ರಾಜಣ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಸುಬಣ್ಣ ಈ ಗೌರವದ ಪ್ರತಿಯನ್ನ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Today, she can be an Iron Lady outside, but within her heart, ladies and gentlemen, she is soft. Today, NRIs round the world look upon her for help. It was just yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we were sitting in the lobby and a poor Indian from Telangana called her from Dubai and she said, "Madam, I've got problems." She simply said, "Can you give me a couple of hours? I'm in a meeting and I'll call you back." You will not believe, ladies and gentlemen, exactly after 2 hours when I was with her, she called him back and she said, "Can you push it? After a couple of days, I will solve your problem." I expected a lot of applauses, ladies and gentlemen, for this. Ukraine war itself, transporting 5,000 students from Ukraine, is a statement to stress and say, she makes our India proud at any given time. Today, we should congratulate her of being the AICC General Secretary who is in charge of the NRIs and the Congress in Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got special regards for her when she comes to the Gulf. I live in Bahrain and there is no ambassador in the Middle East who doesn't know her and whom she has not knocked the doors, ladies and gentlemen. Be it the Saudi ambassador, be it the Kuwait ambassador, be it the Qatar ambassador, be it the UAE ambassador, be it the Bahrain ambassador, or be it Muscat ambassador. She is there for every Indian and she takes, be it a pin or an elephant problem, she is there for us and we are proud of it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for none other than a lady who lives his principles, Dr. Arathikrishna. And the reason for us being here today as an extended family to the Colaco family, ladies and gentlemen, yes, is the certificate of excellence which is going to be awarded in front of you all by His Excellency Mr. Virendra Sharma. I hope I got it right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear what Dr. Arathikrishna got to say. Dr. Arathikrishna.
Mr. Virendra Sharma, Honorable Member of Parliament, United Kingdom. Mr. Ronald Colaco, recipient of award from World Book of Records today. Mr. C.T. Ravi, Member of the Legislative Assembly and former Minister, Mr. Dinesh Gundurao, Member of the Legislative Assembly and the former Minister, Mr. Bojegowda, Member of the Legislative Council, Mr. Arathikrishna, Mr. Venkatesh Murthy, and all the distinguished guests who have gathered here, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great privilege to speak on this wonderful occasion. Firstly, allow me to welcome you all for this event where we are honoring one of the great sons of Karnataka, Mr. Ronald Colaco. I thank all the dignitaries present here for gracing this occasion. Mr. Colaco is a person of many achievements which this august gathering is aware of already. I will, however, take the opportunity to recall my association and friendship with him. I first met Mr. Colaco when I was a Deputy Chairman, NRI Department, Government of Karnataka. He invited me to his home, and throughout the way to his residence, I could see with my own eyes the tremendous work he has done. A work done with compassion and great generosity, a work done without expectations, a work done with minimum fuss, and a work done wholeheartedly for the benefit of people of Karnataka. I witnessed firsthand his philanthropic work in a range of areas, whether it was modernization of schools, roads, pavements, or temples, churches, mosques, etc., or in education and schooling, or in the health sector, or in the field of arts and culture, or in numerous other areas. When I got to know him better, I could admire the sweeping nature of his charitable work without discrimination, irrespective of religion, caste, creed, or class. He has made a huge difference in the lives of the poor and downtrodden. He has been like Kalpa Vriksha, tree to them and others. There are hardly any areas which he has not touched or helped the people of Karnataka. And his philanthropy extends not just to Karnataka, but abroad as well and to other states of India as well. Recently, when I mentioned to him that Kannada Bhavan in Bahrain was going to be the first Kannada Bhavan to be built by Kannadigas in the entire world, he generously contributed close to rupees 60 lakhs when he visited Bahrain last month. And since he was the first person to contribute such a huge amount after government of Karnataka, at my insistence, the Kannadigas in Bahrain recognized his contribution by naming one of the hall after him. It was also my privilege to attend the inauguration of a very old temple which was rebuilt, which is very close to their house here, and he donated 4 crores to that temple. I recall on that occasion, Mr. Sri Virendra Hegde and I were part of the function where Mr. Virendra Hegde rightly remarked that when everybody earns money and deposits in the Swiss bank, Mr. Colaco deposits his punya in the bank of heaven by doing charitable work. Ronald Colaco individually has created history in India in some of the noteworthy charitable activities in more than 25 fields. Support to the government infrastructure, which includes education, healthcare, houses for less fortunate, art and culture, government infrastructure, sports, judiciary, temples, churches, mosques, cemeteries, and departed souls, etc. He is the first one in the country to carry out the following charitable works which help the government in efficient government dispensation and public grievances redressal. The World Book of Records, London, has considered Mr. Ronald Colaco's immense charity works to announce that the Certificate of Excellence on 28th September 2022 in the House of Commons, British Parliament, London, United Kingdom, during the Indo-UK Leadership Summit. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the unconditional support given to him in all these charitable activities by his wife, Mrs. Jean Colaco, Randall Colaco, and Nigel Colaco. They have been extremely supportive of all his activities throughout his life. At this juncture, I would like to thank most profusely the Honourable Member of the British Parliament, Mr. Virendra Sharma, who happens to be one of the signatory to the Certificate of World Book of Records being given away today, and for coming all the way from London. He's been my great friend for many years. We have shared functions on many occasions in India as well as in London. I really thank him for gracing this occasion. He readily, as you all know, apart from being a great friend of India, he has a very distinguished political career. Throughout Honorable Virendra Sharma's public life, He has been guided by a strong belief in social justice and fairness, remaining closely committed to a vision of society based on secularism and genuine equality. These are principles dear to us as well here in India. I warmly welcome him to this meeting. Allow me to read some of the achievements and awards of Mr. Colaco. You have watched the video just a few minutes ago. It's a long list. If I want to read out the entire list, it will take more than a day. So I will only highlight few points that the World Book of Records has considered him the 25 different categories to give the certificate of excellence. I'll just read out probably the headings. I think they've covered extensively in the video, so I don't want to repeat the same thing, but I know that they have considered him for this award, considering his contribution in the charitable field of 25 categories basically, whether it is revenue, justice, police department, temples, religious institutions, hospitals, every sector, basically the 25 sectors. So I wish that he receives many more awards and recognitions in the coming years. And I also wish all the more success to him and his family. I would also like to thank all the organizers who are part of this, organizing this beautiful, memorable event, putting together. I was also part of it. I would like to thank all my other friends who helped me with this. And thank you very much. And thank you for your patience.
So put your hands together and let's welcome together Dr. Ronald Colaco.
I came here to say good morning to you, but unfortunately it has become good afternoon or good evening. Forgive me, this is not the program that I arranged. This is the program arranged by the organizers, Mr. Siti Ravi, Dr. Arathikrishna, Mr. Venkatesh Murthy, and Mr. Narsim Murthy. So you have to forgive me. Anyway, after the COVID episode as well as the vaccination, the doctors and scientists, they said lots of people have developed fog in the brain. And as a result, people tend to forget, and I am one of the victims. So therefore, I have written some points and I have come for the first time. Dignitaries of the dais, I'm so honored and I'm so grateful, all the way from London, 5 times Member of Parliament from Labour Party, and all about him, Professor Arathikrishna has already narrated, so I don't want to repeat. Not only they have chosen me for this coveted award, World Book of Records, London, and as announced in the House of Commons of the British Parliament, recognizing my long-term social, charitable, and humanitarian services and infrastructure support to the state government in upliftment of the society. That has been mentioned in the certificate and is one of the signatory along with the World Book of Records chairman. Not only did that, Dr. Arathikrishna told him, you have given a certificate to someone who is close to me, and he has done whatever, she has narrated, I have no idea. So you will have to come for this function. Happily he accepted. He took the permission from the British Parliament, and he is amidst us today. I'm really honored and I'm grateful to you, sir, because I never knew. You only signed the certificate, you even come and give in another country to a person like me. I'm really touched. Yeah, thank you so much. Where is Mr. Siti Ravi? Oh, is here? dad is the one who is presiding today, Dr. Siti Ravi. Yeah. Again, Professor has already narrated all about him, so I don't want to repeat once again. And Dr. Arathikrishna is here. She has become now universal lady. She is known worldwide amongst the NRIs, godmother of NRIs. And in WhatsApp and all other social media, if you see that, all sort of mothers are attached to her name. Bhudevi, Sri Devi, India Devi, Indira Devi, God knows how many Devis, the people can think of. She deserves that because she has been, what I know, doing that kind of service, whether she is in power or not. And during COVID as well as Ukraine war time, what the central government could not do, she has been able to do that. The people without any money, they were rushing to the border, and lots of countries were not allowing our Indians to pass through their border or to enter their country. She is so well connected not only to our foreign mission, Indian foreign mission, but also the counterpart. So as a result, she has spoken to them because she was a long time diplomat in Washington DC, during which time whoever colleague she had all over, they have become ambassadors in various countries. They're all her colleagues. Even the 4 foreign secretaries now, what our Prime Minister has now, all of them are best friends, colleagues. And as a result of which, they could arrange all sort of permission for all sort of registration for Mr. Virendra Sharma also. So that is the kind of lady that we have. So she was able to help those people who are stuck, speaking to the counterpart in those countries and arranging the sponsorship and flights and getting our Indians repatriated. So I felt, though it's not the occasion, but I wanted to know all of you, especially NRIs who are here, what kind of service she has rendered to the NRIs who are stuck abroad. Now, the All India AICC, All India Congress Committee has recognized her, and now they have made Overseas Congress Secretary. Now there is only President Secretary, and she is in charge of all the states and all the countries. So we have my dear friend, Mr. Bojegoda. He's also from Bangalore, and I was very close to his other brother, Dharmegoda, who is no more. So he has also come all the way from Chikmagalur to felicitate me. I'm really grateful to you, sir. Then anyway, my English teacher, as he already said that we both joined at the same time, 1972. He as a faculty member, as English lecturer, and myself as a first-year degree student. Since then, we fell in love with each other, and we have been friends since then, and we have family bondage also. Now his daughter, even now, she calls me godfather. Sometimes she gets angry from him, then she says, Ronald Colaco, he is my first father, or father number 1, and he is father number 2. So just to tease him, she does that, yeah. So thank you very much, sir. I don't want to elaborate anything more. And another good, you have 2 things. One is Indian club, 107-year-old. So that is the first club outside India that is in Bahrain. And Anand Sharma, Anand also made him Sharma. So he was the president, during which time our president of India, he invited, and I was also honored with centenary award during that time. Then the second thing in Bahrain is Kannada Bhavan. Outside India, if at all there is a Kannada Bhavan, it is only in Bahrain. And I also had the opportunity, because of Dr. Arathikrishna, to make an extensive contribution to both of them. So Indian Club also, I have my contribution because it is an Indian club, our country club, and the Kannada Bhavan is our state pride, our identity in Bahrain.